What's going on, everybody? Eric Lindquist at Stochastic here in the Odd Trapper channel, coming to you with a Tuesday edition of MLB. Lindy's leans, likes, and locks. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell goes a long way for me on this video. Goes a long way for you. That way you become a prize whenever great content is going live here at our little neck of the YouTube woods. I am really not feeling well right now. I don't know what's going on. I think maybe I ate a little. I just had chicken and rice. I mean, just like the most basic bitch meal that you could ever have in a million years, but for whatever reason, acid reflux, just not feeling well. Maybe this is 37 and I am on the verge of dying. That would suck for everybody in the premium Discord because, well, it's been a really good run here over the course of the last few months and really sucked for you on this program as well, coming off of the double earned runs parlay cash. Nearly plus 200 there. Nice to cash that one for you. Plus, the cash plus 180 there. 180 on the White Sox money line. In Toronto, they kept us from the sweep there, plus 105. That would have been really nice to convert as well. But overall, I hit a Brooks Baldwin home run over on Lindy's long balls over on X at Eric Lindquist. We don't have the short going this week on YouTube because the producer of the shorts is out. And I hope he's having a blast because he's really, really good people. He's off for the week. So that is all going on at X. But had Brooks Baldwin, 9-hole hitter, White Sox, plus 775. Good times were had by all. Would have been really fun if Colson Montgomery could have gone yard. We still have Moncada. We still have Shanuel going right now. If one of those two hit, well, I'll be probably intolerable over on X, even though I feel like absolute garbage. Well, we're going to get ourselves into it here right now. As you know, I'm self-producing. Producer Jacob, he is hanging out with Marshawn Lynch, making way more money. But anyway, 50% off right now of the Lindy and Friends Discord. 50% off, 20 into 10, 50 into 25. You choose your adventure. Tails Lindy. I feel really good about the work we're putting in outside of the fact that I got 2 of 3 on all 3 pick'em cards today. That's tough to do. Fucking Matthew Liberatore. Anyway, 50% off. Would love to have you guys there. I don't really know what else to say other than let's get to the plays, shall we? Woo! Go me. Oh, I got to do one thing here quick. As we're talking about this doubleheader that made my head hurt. Maybe that's why I'm sick, is that these frickin' double headers, they end up getting it rained out. Thought we got a really good number there on Milwaukee, considering it was a super taxed bullpen there for the Cubs. Shout out my guy Sportside Jacob. I saw after the fact that he had the same read as I did, but talked about on this program. Again, he's a super sharp guy. I'm not surprised that he came to the same conclusion, but if you're paying attention to things like that through and through, you're probably going to be making money over any long-term sample size. So definitely go give him a follow at Sportside Jacob. That is Jacob Hughes. Check him out, Philadelphia's finest. But Milwaukee money line. I'm not as in love with this game one as what I would have been. Again, super taxed bullpen you were going to get with the Cubbies. And now they basically got to punt the end of that game and turn it over now with a full day of rest for their main bullpen arms. Now, they had a full day of rest the day before that too, but that's neither here nor there. What I'm getting at is that Cubs bullpen was in shambles, and now it is not. So it's really tilting when stuff like that happens because now it's probably Matthew Boyd, Chad Patrick in the first game, and then Woodruff Tyon. I think Woodruff is definitely the guy you want to be backing there. Very curious to see where numbers go with that. Detroit minus 1.5. Again, super tilted that they ended up pushing that. Detroit minus 1.5. By the way, this is going to be the most straightforward card ever. It wasn't even anticipated. I would have fought through hell and high water to give you all of the plays if I saw a ton of home runs. I don't see a ton of home runs yet. Normally, we find the home runs after the fact. But Detroit, minus 1.5 here. Complete ass kicking that they got here. Now it's Skubal going up against Brown. I still think, what can Brown do for you? Get lit up from time to time. But Skubal hasn't exactly been sharp. These have been auto bets for him in Detroit. And I'm, for whatever reason, just going to sit back, relax, kick it and tick it. Let's see. You see fast and trunk rattling like you in the backseat, rattling speaker box. Tag make it sound like aluminum cans in the back. Edward Cabrera looks really good at over 5.5 strikeouts. You Brendan Donovan on the IL. If you were in the Discord, you know that we ended up playing the over 15.5 outs. They had a routine double play ball that a guy on Miami ended up dropping. I can't even remember who the second baseman was yesterday. Sonoha? I think it was him. But anyway, was watching the game. He was at 71 pitches, and all of a sudden he's out of the game in the 4th inning, which sucked. But ended up on his over 5.5 strikeouts as soon as that Donovan to the IL news dropped. And that was the best pick and play you could ever ask for. He got through 6 strikeouts, I think, in 4 innings. It was super, super easy. Again, needed to convert a third leg on all of those because 3 picks. Math is a thing that matters. In this one, McGreevy sucks. But, I mean, Miami, they're playing for the future. We'll see. Does Chicken Marcy have a nice number tomorrow? These are real things that we say out loud at baseball on August 19th. Toronto taking on Pittsburgh in this one, and Scherzer versus Keller. Comeback Keller. We've attacked him at the right times. I don't think this is the right spot. Max Scherzer giving up fly ball contact, been looking better at times, and I'm still not trusting it. Again, just a really weird slate of early games. We'll see if anything comes to fruition. And I'm looking at the hits plus runs plus RBIs. Carpenter and Riley, Green. They just cash it every freaking day, and I don't know why. I don't play it every single day. Almost pulled the trigger today. Green goes yard. Carpenter covered his hits plus runs plus RBIs like by double. Anyway, Duran, home run. Jarren Duran. This is something to be paying attention to. Zagano, horrendous. Absolutely horrendous against lefties. And Jarren Duran, we'll see how high up in the lineup he ends up. Wilyer Abreu gets dinged up. We'll see if he's even back. I doubt it in this spot, but definitely want to see the construction of this lineup because Sagano has been abysmal, but it's colder up in Boston. It was sub 70 at first pitch, and that's why we ended up on the Trevor Rogers over 17.5 lean that turned into a like. Again, that's a thing that can happen as you get more information. The number dropped for no reason other than somebody famous on X posted about it. Real ones know who I'm talking about. Actually, it's not even real ones. He's just a whatever. I was very happy to be on that over, and I was very happy to cash it. I think he went 7 strong, in fact, just to say, F you. But weather confirmed a thing. Ball doesn't fly as far, and it's a cavern out to right field. I know pesky pole, it's short to that, but if you don't hook it around that thing, it's kind of a cavern out to the bullpens where they will linger in right field. By the way, true story. I was a row away from catching Ken Griffey Jr.'s 200th home run at Fenway Park. Went there when I was in 2nd grade with my mom. It was awesome. It was fantastic. And Ken Griffey Jr., if I had caught that ball, probably wouldn't be here because I would have sold it and probably made different decisions in life. But here I am, working and hustling for that YouTube money. White Sox taking on the Braves. White Sox, oh, we like them very much. They cashed the 180. I love doing the darts bit when you get a plus 180 out there, and that's well, we cashed with the White Sox. Very small play on that one, but you got the over-earned run Spencer Strider, which felt free. I mean, that and Skeens were just free. Skeens, 2 runs in like the 2nd inning. Didn't even make a sweat. What else did I have to do today? Put this together. Anyway, we've got Sean Burke in this one, I believe, and that's going to be a whole thing. They ended up sending the Smith fellow back down to the AAAs. It's Smith that's there. It's Burke that got sent to the doldrums. But it's the elder one, Bryce Elder. I just need to see if Colson Montgomery's going to be in the lineup or not. Kyle Teal, 4 hits today. Hi, how are you this fine day? Absolute shellacking there by the White Sox. It was beautiful stuff to watch. 13-9, I think is what it ended up finishing up. Damn good final. Sock it to you one more time. Get it low as we go to a Junior Caminero home run against Carlos Rodon. Did you know Junior Caminero has 35 home runs? You've been keeping track of these things. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. Junior Caminero, that's a sneaky, naughty number. He's naughty like that. 35 homers, taking on a lefty here in a AAA ballpark. Weather's always something where it looks like there's storm clouds hovering around Tampa, but then, you get to the next day and it looks fine. It's just one of those random things that you always have to pay attention to during the summer in Florida. Also, alligators. Stay the fuck away. Lopez, K-Ladder, this is something that's interesting. You're going to probably get a weird construction of this Minnesota lineup. And I'm going to throw this out. I think this is going to be an inflated number until the lineup rolls out and sharp money comes in on the under, and then it's going to drop, and then we're going to buy in. So this is going to be a sit and wait and wish and listen and keep your nose to the grindstone, whatever the hell that means. We're going to do all of those things. Like, I was going to make a cocaine joke. We're not going to make a cocaine joke. Eric Clapton, great song. Anyway, Lopez, K-Ladder, this is something you want to be paying attention to because Cody Clemens out of the lineup more than likely. Matt Wallner out of the lineup more than likely. Buxton up top still doing his thing. Ryan Jeffers sometimes leads off, sometimes doesn't. Brooks Lee's up there. Luke Keeschel never strikes out. I just want to see this lineup because I think Lopez has a chance to still go ballistic. They're still letting him just pitch and pitch and pitch and pitch and pitch. He's out there trying to make that money, honey. No blame. No blame. We're all trying to make a dollar. I get it. Made a lot of dollars last couple months. Probably close to, no, not close to Jacob Lopez. He's still think making. We're not here to do that. Kansas City money line. This is something I really want to bet too. but it opened like -125. I'm not in love with that here. Kelly versus Lugo. I thought I'd get a good number to attack Kelly. Just doesn't seem like it. Seth Lugo, I don't trust him. 495 expected slugging, 10.2% barrel percentage. Interesting splits. Him and Waka Waka. Interesting spots that I thought there was going to be more that came to fruition. Ended up on 3 like insanely small stolen base plays on the Rangers because I thought with Sal Perez scratched, he's got a rumbling in his tumble. He's sick. We'll see if he ends up playing tomorrow. That's a big thing. If he's not in the lineup, that would suck. Ohtani 2+ hits. Will I ever play a 2+ hits play all season long? Time will tell. The world may never know, but you'll know in the Discord if I do. I just haven't done it yet because I keep back testing this and I keep finding mistakes. I really think it's an inefficient market. I just don't know how to capitalize on it yet because it just seems like going to the top of the lineup guys, and then, obviously you get somebody like Ohtani where he gets walked a bunch. I just think there's some inflated numbers that don't necessarily show up there. It might be more like the 5, 6, 7 hole guys that already are like your most advantageous hits plus runs plus RBI guys, like Tyler Soderstrom in the 5 hole. I guess Vinny Pasquantino's been on the card a lot in the 3 hole, Nolan Chanuel in the 2 hole. And I kind of have these guys, but the math loves them almost every single day because of what surrounds them. And Ohtani isn't really surrounded by anything, so I feel like isolating his 2 hits. I don't think I've played his 2.5 or 3.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs all season long. Correct me if I'm wrong, Discord. I don't think I've had it one time on the card. These popular guys just don't end up on the like these absolute studs, the Judges, the Ohtanis. I mean, Cal Raleigh's now played himself into that position, but we bet him a ton early on in the season. Those are the things I'm proud about. It's not just recognizing greatness once it's there. It's coming on the way up. 3 years ago was pretty early to Ohtani. Does that count? Trout walks. Oh boy, this guy, I'm really mad. He got walked in his first at bat. You can't see behind my computer here. If you could, that's really creepy, and I would advise you not to do that anymore because I will find you. But Trout walk. This is one that I almost bet. This was like the closey bet. And then I saw this end up being like pushed up because he said, 5 walks in a row. And I was like, this seems like a number that maybe I'm not getting the best price on. Gets walked his first at bat. What am I so worried about sometimes? I just want to always give the best that I can every single day. So don't want to throw garbage out there. And plus, back testing it didn't look as good. So just want it on your radar because wouldn't be surprised if Trout walked. You could hit me up on X. Do you want to know if Mike Trout gets walked tomorrow? Also, I don't think he's had a day off in a while, so I'm a little worried. I think Wednesday's the more likely scenario, end of series kind of spot where Trout would sit, but that's just me. Oh, speaking of somebody potentially sitting, I don't think Ketel Marte's had a day off in a while. He had this whole weird thing where Perdomo had to come in and defend him at the end of a game. I don't know why. The owner should just pay him. He's really, really good at baseball, and he's been awesome from the left side, too. So Tanner Bybee on the mound, who's been really good at limiting power, but doesn't get a lot of strikeouts. Ketel Marte's had better numbers from the left side of the plate than the right side. And if you remember last year, 2 years ago for sure, Ketel Marte was a guy who just played against lefties all the time. And now switch hitter, he's been better against these righties, better on the left side of the plate. So shout out Marte for figuring some stuff out. I also figured some stuff out. You can too. But jumping into Tails, 2 links down. So you go underneath the Discord one, you go to the Tails link there. Be like Lindy, join Tails today. We're looking to bring some sharp people on board. We're looking to bring a lot of people on board here over to what I think can be the premier place for people to stop by and check out sports betting. Well, Tails is the name of it. Tails is who I work for. Tails is fantastic stuff, and that's me smiling with a thumbs up. A very creepy blue-eyed version. But be like Lindy, join Tails today. That is a link down there too below if you would like to do what I do. Take a look. It's in our book, Reading Rainbow. Let's get to the plays. As I said, not feeling well, nothing on the TV, and we're going old school, but hey, it worked out great yesterday as long as you listened to me on how we broke that down. Went 3 for 4 on total plays, had the parlay that hit, which was the huge thing, the 1.5 earned runs, got the over of Skeens immediately, 1.5 earned runs, got the over of Strider immediately. Good times were had, celebration. Kids were crying in the street. Women were just throwing their bras up in the air like they just don't care, but they do care because they're respectful and they're lovely. Plus 180 on the White Sox money line as well. But we begin our boarding walk, and I think this is the most straight and narrow card I've had all year long. We got David Peterson, who I just don't like. I never have, I never will. He gets by on a ton of lucky shit. Now, Traditionally, you would say, Eric, you normally like guys with really high ground ball rates. Well, that's what he's got, 56.3%. Eric, he does a really good job at limiting slugging. Expected slugging of 404, 6.5% barrel percentage. Awesome again. His BABIP numbers have been out of control. He has a 272 expected batting average, and he throws 5 pitches of just nothingness. And if you throw 5 pitches of nothingness, you have 0 pitches, basically. It's like having 5 quarterbacks or 4 quarterbacks like the Cleveland Browns do. Although, I'm excited to watch Joe Flacco helm an offense. That's going to be good times. Jerry Judy, how are you this fine day? Everybody kicking it? Everybody having fun? Everybody Wang Chung tonight? Anyway, we've got ourselves the over of 8.5 because Jake Irvin must pay for the sins. We know Jake Irvin sucks, but I think David Peterson does just enough here against these Washington Nationals. It got Dylan Cruz back. Josh Bell's hanging out there. Paul DeJong every day. They end up parting ways with Nate Lowe to allow him to go live his life out in the wilderness in Boston. Sounds like Boston, but anyway, Dylan Cruz, he's very, very good. I think his home run potential as well against David Peterson, probably a lot higher than you might anticipate. I think there's some numbers I might be attacking on Washington National props. We got Seattle plus 1.5 taking on Philly, and Bryce Miller back in our lives. I don't know why. Why is Bryce Miller getting more opportunities at the big league level? This guy has a 5.73 ERA, 1.52 WHIP. He's had like a max of 3 strikeouts in his last 4 outings. Got limited to 71 and 70 pitches. Hasn't pitched since June 6th in the majors. I mean, what are we actually doing here? I know it was an elbow issue. It was a long 15-day. And he goes to AAA Tacoma. He goes, kicks it. Goes, Tacoma's beautiful. Be a lovely spot to go hang out. But Christopher Sanchez, 4 kids, and I got to take all of that ass to showbiz. We got Christopher Sanchez a lot in the over-outs department. We've gotten hooked back-to-back now after going 4-2 on him to start off. It was 4-1. Now it's 4-3 on him, but most of those when you're getting 18.5, big plus money. So we're still very profitable with him, just over a unit of profit on the season. Probably going to be hitting the parking brake on this one against Seattle with the number of righties that they bring up there. But Sanchez would be my number 2 NL MVP vote right now with Zach Wheeler on the shelf. Sounds like the surgery went well to remove the blood clot. Hopefully everything is good with him because, well, we had some really valuable tickets when it was him and Skeens. Now it's just Skeens on an island. But maybe an island boy, Christopher Sanchez, can find a way to sneak himself into that conversation. Would be cool because I love the stuff. He just is so damn efficient. Philly -1 is going to be the direction we go here. Attack Miller -122, a little bit better number than I was expecting. And I do expect exchanges will have an even better number. So I broke off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. Might get a little bit more before first pitch tomorrow. Alrighty, y'all. I'm fighting whatever is going on with me. I think I've been funny-ish, so that's good. But God, I feel like absolute garbage. So I'm going to get myself some Robitussin and go to bed. I think that's what, I don't know. Does my wife like me? I don't know. I love that Chris Rock bit. Anyway, San Francisco taking on San Diego to round it out. Oh boy, oh boy. Pitching mismatch is going to be what we call this one. Kai Wei Tang, 349 ex-WOBA. 16.7% K rate and walk rate. Haven't been able to say this for a while. When you have an identical K rate and walk rate, that's bad. Very, very bad. Nick Pivetta, generally I like to pick on him. 10.7% barrel percentage, much higher than you'd expect. I know that they had batting practice on one Nestor Cortez, who still found a way to go 5 innings. So shout out Nestor Cortez. I think he went over his 4.5 K prop too, after giving up 3 home runs in the first inning. He settled down. I think Robbie Ray, did he get to 5 strikeouts? Yeah, he's at 5. All right. I didn't play his under today because I thought I was a little bit inflated, but that's neither here nor there. We were early to the party on that. Ended up cashing that one easily. He went 7 innings in that one with the under of 5.5. Yeah, I think he only had 3 in that outing, but you don't care about that. I care about this. San Diego -1. -102 is the price we ended up getting at. I hope you appreciate me putting the prices in where I got them at as well. This was on DraftKings, or sorry, the Philly -1 was on DraftKings, -1 because that's where you play it at. 8.5 was on FanDuel. San Diego -1.5 was FanDuel as well. So pretty straightforward stuff there. I know I'm going to have a ton of props tomorrow. I know I'm going to have a ton of pick'em cards. Going to be good times. You want to come kick it? Come to the... God damn it. There's all that stuff. Fails Lindy. That's the code down below at the link. I promise I'm fun. I'm a fun guy. I like the game of baseball. And that does it for another edition of MLB Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks. Head to the comment section below. Let me know if you tailed the ER parlay, the earn run parlay. That's probably not how people say it, but the earn run parlay that I talked through yesterday, that was fantastic. DraftKings, Onyx Odds, wherever you ended up playing that at, hopefully you ended up cashing that ticket with us, along with the White Sox plus 180. Would have been nice to get Toronto for the full sweep. Could have been intolerable over on X, but maybe I'll get a home run still to finish out the evening. We'll find out. But we're going to get ourselves the heck up out of here. I'm going to upload this and go to bed. Until next time, friends. It's like midnight Eastern. Until next time, friends, I'm Eric Lindquist. Best of luck in the MLB streets on Tuesday. See you tomorrow.